Okay, what are you doing? Only the beekeeper touches the smoker. Lady. I don't like breathing smoke. It's not my favorite. Hi everybody, welcome back to Brandon's Bees. So, the hive is in trouble. We've been gone for about a week. We were in Utah visiting family, the Beehive state, and we've come back. Today is Tuesday, the 13th of September 2016, and the first thing I did was check the bottom board of the hive, and these are all mites and ants crawling around. But these are all mites, big piles of mites. It's my limited experience. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Well, I know it's bad that there's mites, but is it a good thing that there's a lot of them on the bottom board? Does that mean that the bees are cleaning them off and getting rid of them? Or does that mean I have a heavy mite? Well, I know I have a heavy mite load because I can see them. But does that mean there's even more inside of the box? That's what I'm assuming. Is that a big Varroa bomb went off and my hive is full of Varroa mites and I've got to do something to treat them. I want to be as chemically free as I can. So what I'm going to do first is a sugar shake. So I'm going to shake powdered sugar all over the bees. Hopefully that'll make all the mites drop off. Of course, that only treats the bees that are out, that are hatched and have mites on them, but that's where I want to start. If I have to, which I don't want to do, but if I have to, I can go to more extreme measures, acid treatments, things like that. But I want to be chemically free in this hive. It's just a personal choice. That's what the beekeeper that raised the bees did, and I want to continue that. So that's my goal. I don't know if I'm willing to take it so far that I'm willing to start over in the spring if the hive dies. So that's a bridge I'll have to cross when I get to it. But as of right now, I'm just going to do a sugar shake. Another thing I want to do, which I haven't checked yet, is check to see if they're in the flow frames. Let's do that right now. They are not in the flow frames. I mean, they're in the flow frames, but they're not in the flow frames, meaning storing honey. They're crawling in and out. Looks like they've propolized a little bit, done a few different things. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this frame out. I believe I have a frame right here in the second brood chamber that's full of honey. I'm going to take that out and harvest it for myself. I'm going to move this frame down here. This frame is also just full of honey. I'm going to move that down here so they haven't lost any honey storage as far as they're concerned. I also have a flow frame which I've covered in beeswax. So I'm going to take this one out. I'm going to put the flow frame that should be up here that I've covered in beeswax back up here. And then this will just be all flow frames. And then we'll see what they do with the one that's covered in beeswax. Okay, so a few things to accomplish. So those bees. Oh man, that is glued. Oh, I'm not messing around. Good enough. Oh man, this thing is glued down like crazy. Oh, it's lifting the whole hive. Okay. There we go. All right, so if I remember correctly, this whole frame right here is full of honey, just honey. That's the one I want to extract. This should be all full of honey. But they're still doing all right. I mean, I'm looking at these bees and I don't see any Varroa on them. So maybe they're getting rid of the ones that have the Varroa, but I don't know. Okay, so I took the frame out of that box there. Oh, this one's full. Look at that one. That might have been the one I should have used. Solid. Solid honey. Yep, I'm going to give this to them.
How many bees do you squish putting back in?
As little as possible. So, there's the hive back together. I'm giving them a full frame of honey. I'm looking at these bees, and I'm not seeing any mites on them. But, obviously I know I've got mites, because they're on the bottom board. Now this is a flow frame that I had separate, and what I did was I took all the wax that I had collected, I rendered it down, and then I coated this in beeswax. So now this is coated in beeswax. I'm going to put it in the flow box with the other flow frames that were originally in here. And I'm hoping that's going to draw the bees up. Everything is a hope. I'm hoping it works. And I'm hoping the Varroa don't kill my hive. And I'm hoping that I'm a good beekeeper. But this is just my first season. So I'm working on it. I'm doing my best. And I think I'm doing okay. But other people may do it differently, which is fine. I'm going to take this box off. I'm going to shake the sugar in, paint it in with this clean, used but clean paintbrush, and see what happens. This box is really heavy. Oh man, that is a heavy box. Okay, let's shake some sugar, shall we? Shake some sugar, shall we? Humor? That's some bee humor for you. We get powdered confectioner sugar. So I'm just going to shake a little bit. Then brush it in. Okay, the bees hate this, and it makes them start a grooming to clean all the sugar off, which is what you want, because then it also makes them, it makes it so the Varroa mite can't stick to them, but then also makes them clean themselves. Yeah, it's sugar. I mean, it won't hurt them. They'll eat it. A bunch of mites on here. Well, these mites have been knocked off recently, off from the sugar shake. They just start cleaning. Yeah, right there. So see, these are all the mites that have fallen off just from the sugar.
I tried to explain to her what it was like.
There's also some hive beetles on there. Well, here we are, 15, 20 minutes later, after the carnage, and all seems well. Bees are flying in and out, trying to stay out of their way. Still a little bit of powder on the front, but as you can see, they're cleaning each other off. I haven't seen any white ones yet. Maybe some still left in the hive. Let's look inside. Oh, there they are. Look clean to me. So, hoping they move up there, start putting honey up there since they've got no more room anywhere else. But they're all cleaned off, everything's fine. And I think they are cleaning off the mites. Let's see what's falling out down here. So these are all mites that have fallen off. This one's kicking for its life. These are all kicking. So these are all mites, some hive beetles too, that have lost their battle. So it looks like the shake works to a degree anyway, which is good enough. So I think it was successful overall. Looks like they're doing good, and I hope it works out. I'll check them again in about a week, see what we've discovered. Thanks for watching.